was me.
I don't know how I feel about my hair today, but whatever. This is how it turned out. I washed it last night and then I put the castor oil and some conditioner and rice water, and I slept with my hair with all those things in it. And then this morning I woke up, washed it, put a little bit more oil and the Curl-La-La in my hair, and this is how it turned out. So it's not ugly, but at the same time, my hair, I always feel like my hair is at an awkward length, and it's just hard for me to, it's not hard for me to deal with curly hair, but it's just like weird because I need to try different things. But if you all have been watching my videos, you know I'm kind of lazy when it comes to hair, so my hair could probably turn out a whole lot better if I actually tried to do stuff with it, but I don't, because hair is just not my thing. I'd rather spend time on doing my makeup, so I just do whatever to it so it looks decent, and then I just go about my day. But Ty and I are supposed to move this Wednesday, so I need to go look and see what this apartment looks like, because I need to know how much stuff I need to put in my storage unit versus how much stuff I need to take with me, because I think I was saying earlier, like, what is going on with these people's car? Anyway, I think I was saying earlier that this apartment is going to be a lot smaller than the one I'm in, obviously, because it's going to be 1 bedroom instead of 2, and it's just the square footage is way less, which is fine because, like I said, it's temporary. I'm not staying there that long. So I'm gonna go take a look at it today and see what that's looking like, and then I'm probably gonna stop by Walmart,
continue on route.
Probably gonna stop by Walmart when I leave there so I can get all the bins and stuff that I need to pack my stuff up, because I've been high-key procrastinating, but not on purpose, just because I had other stuff to do. Like I was talking about with school, this is my last week of school for this class that I'm in, and then I'm done for this year, just because the way my school program is set up is you take 1 class a month, and it's like accelerated, and if you miss a class, it's kind of like you have to catch the next class the next year, and that's kind of what happened to me. But some of the classes I needed to take, I couldn't take anyway, so my advisor was just like, well, since you're going on deployment anyway, it wouldn't hurt me to just stop taking my classes. So I'm just gonna pick back up on them when I get back. I'll have 4 classes left, then I'm done with my master's degree. That sounds so crazy, because I remember back when I first started doing all my classes, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to take so many classes to get my master's degree, and I was just like, this is crazy, how am I going to do this? And then here I am, I'm about 9 classes into the program. I don't remember how many I thought was going to be in this program, but I just know I was thinking, like, this is too much. This is so much, because it's supposed to be a 1.5 years worth of classes, but mine just keeps getting broken up because I keep going on deployment. So it's just making it take a lot longer than what the actual program is only supposed to be 1.5 years compared to 2 years, which is how long a normal master's degree program takes. But the reason why mine's taking almost 3 now is because I keep going on deployment. Like, I haven't even been back for 1 year, and I'm about to leave again. So this is just military life. I really wanted to get my master's degree done this year, but that's just not the way things worked out. And it's not the worst thing in the world. I just have the way I have my like 5-year plan set up. I wanted to tackle this already. I want it to be done with, but instead of waiting for my next goal that I have, which is to get my real estate license, I'm just not gonna wait on that like I was. I was waiting to get my master's degree before I started getting my real estate license, but then I learned that you can do your real estate license online, so I'm just gonna look up programs for that, and just while I'm gone, I'm gonna get my real estate license because I'm super interested in real estate and real estate investments. And they say people who make the most money have multiple streams of income. I think it's 5 or more. So I'm just gonna work my way up, starting with my real estate license. Then I'm going to do YouTube. Hopefully, eventually, YouTube makes me money. It already has before when I was able to monetize, but I mean, it's not enough for me to actually take out in cash. But YouTube is another source. Then Boo and I have plans, if everything works out in the future, to start 2 companies, and he has real estate too. So I have a house, I think he has 2 houses, and we're just gonna work our way up into getting those 5 different sources of income. So just keep that in mind. And I'm just gonna keep working on what I can, but for now I'm gonna go check this apartment out, and I'm really hoping it's not the worst thing in the world, because I'm kind of spoiled in the apartment that I'm in now. So I just looked at my new apartment, and it actually looked a lot better than I thought it was in the price range. So I know there's a couple people who watch my apartment tour and they're looking for places to live in Las Vegas, so I'll definitely be doing an empty apartment tour, and then I'll be listing all the information about this apartment because I think this is a lot more affordable. I think this will work a lot better for people who are looking for somewhere to stay out here, but you don't want to pay an arm and a leg. The apartment I live in now is very nice, and I haven't had any issues with it since I've lived there, but at the same time it's super pricey. So I'll give you all the details on this apartment once I move in, which is Wednesday, and I'll keep you posted. Good morning, everybody. Excuse my hair, it's really crazy because I slept with it in a bun last night. I went to work yesterday. I had a bun in my hair, but the bun was like too tight and it was like all weird, and I usually sleep with the bun in, but I couldn't do it last night. It was just doing too much for me. So this is what my hair looks like when I woke up this morning, but it was still wet yesterday, so that's probably why it kind of looks like this. But it is moving day, so I just got up. It's about 7, I think 15. Where's my glasses? Oh, here they are. And I drank some coffee and did my little meditation, and I'm ready to start the day. So usually moving is very stressful, so I wanted to make sure like I had my mindset right before I started the day, and just make sure that I had a positive mindset before the day started. So then that way, hopefully I'm less stressed throughout the day, because it's going to be crazy. Well, it's not going to be crazy. That's the key. Everything's going to go smoothly. So I'm moving today into a more affordable apartment, and I'm going to do an apartment tour. So stay tuned for that. I'm probably going to do it the exact same way that I did this apartment tour, but the apartment I'm moving into is probably half the size of this apartment, so that video is not going to be that long, but I wanted to give everybody the option or show them the options that are here. You don't have to get an apartment that is $1,700, and I wouldn't recommend it, even if you can afford it. This place is nice, but if it's just you paying for it, I wouldn't pay for this again by myself. I would pay for it again if it was like me and somebody else, because it's expensive and you could just save money, and we're gonna save money in 2019. So I love this apartment complex though. I had no issues. It's great. The people who work in the front office are really great. I never lost any of my packages, or they never lost any of my packages, and they send you a text as soon as your package arrives telling you to come pick it up. They recognize each person who lives in the apartment complex, and they know your apartment number as soon as you walk in. So that was awesome. The staff here is great, but just remember, it's very expensive. If you have a dog, if you get 2 bedrooms, and I think that's it. That's probably what made my apartment rent just a little bit more expensive than usual. So I'm gonna get the day started and film the apartment later. Once I get the keys, I'll do a walkthrough video, and excuse me, I'll show everything. And yeah, me and Titan will just stay there for a little while. But this gives you some ideas and some options on what is in the Las Vegas area, and shows you that you don't have to pick the most expensive apartment to live in. Not saying this one is, but you don't have to live in an expensive apartment. So let me tell you what just happened. The most interesting thing, but not really, because it's kind of crazy, but well, it's not that crazy, but anyway, I'm like packing my stuff. I put my dirty clothes in the washer, and I'm like about to get dishes out dishwasher, finish washing. I only have like 5 dishes in the sink, and then all my power turns off. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I knew they were gonna start changing my service to where I'm moving to, but I didn't know they were just gonna shut my power off like first thing in the morning, because it's not even 8 o'clock. I think it is 8 o'clock. My clocks are wrong now, but it's 8 o'clock in the morning. So I wasn't thinking like, oh, as soon as I wake up, they were just gonna like shut my power off. So I'm over here like just doing normal stuff, like trying to get myself together, and then they just turned my power off. So I just had to call and get them to turn it back on, because I put clothes in a washer. I would have kept it off if I didn't put the clothes in a washer, but I put clothes in a washer. So I'm like, I don't want to have soggy clothes, and I literally just put them in there and the power shut off. So I had to call them, ask them to turn it back on, and then they're going to turn it back off tomorrow. So craziness. So I have some stuff packed, so I'm going to make my first round to drop this stuff off. I literally didn't know I had this many pairs of shoes. I thought this basket would be more than big enough to fit all my shoes, but I mean, clearly not. Especially because I just threw them in here with no type of order. But I'm going to take this basket in my car, this basket in my car, this basket in my car. Then if this one's going to fit, I'm going to put that in my car. This bag is just full of clean clothes. And then this bag, which just has all my clothes from in my drawers in it. So I'm going to start packing this stuff up into my car. And hello, so I have my big nerdy glasses on. I didn't want to put my other glasses on, but I'm on my way to pick up my apartment key right now, and do like 500 other million things. So I'm going to pick up my apartment key, but U-Haul just called me, and I reserved the U-Haul for 10 o'clock, and I reserved it for a U-Haul that's close by my old apartment. But for some reason, I guess U-Haul is having a shortage with the type of truck that I reserved. And so they told me that I have to reserve it at a different U-Haul. So that's what I did. And now, since I didn't come pick it up at 10 o'clock, they're like, you need to come pick this up because we're going to give it to somebody else because these are in high demand, blah, 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 blah. But I'm just like, I reserved it for all day. So how y'all going to give it to somebody else? Even after you told me that, even after you told me that I had to drive somewhere else to pick it up. Like, I don't understand. And the place that I'm driving to pick it up is not even close by my apartment at all. So I was just confused. Like, I didn't really want to go off on the lady, so I was just being like, okay, I'll be there by 2 o'clock, but I'm gonna run it here super fast and go grab my apartment key. Okay, just for reference, I went and talked to the lady because the hot water knob was missing in the bathtub, and I just did a walkthrough last week and it wasn't like that, and she said that they're doing some caulking around it, so they're trying to, I guess the caulking was old, so they're trying to fix it. But I just told her because they need to fix that today before I move in, because I need to use my shower. But depending on what you pay for, you can only expect so much. So I'm not expecting this apartment to look like my other one because it's hundreds of dollars cheaper than my other apartment. So I'm not really worried about, I can't really think about all the fine details because I'm just here for the cheaper rent. Okay, so I have the U-Haul now. They were being kind of complicated to get it, but it ended up working out fine and it ended up being cheaper, so that's awesome. So now I'm at my storage unit about to pick up the key, and then me and my coworker are gonna head to my old apartment. Good morning. It is the next day. I still have on the same clothes that I had on yesterday. And it's been a very long, tiring night. Living on the 3rd floor makes everything so much harder. I don't have that much stuff, but since I live on the 3rd floor, it was just making everything a lot more complicated. I probably walked up and down the stairs yesterday at least 50 times. And that's like no joke, for real. I'm pretty sure I walked up and down these 3 flights of stairs at least 50 times yesterday. So I didn't get done with moving most of my stuff until 4:30 in the morning. And I got up at 7 and I came right back over to my old apartment because there's a couple more things I need to throw in my car, and I wanted to obviously clean up before I leave. So right now, basically every room is empty. Bathrooms, everything's empty. And I'm just gonna clean for the next probably hour or two, and then I'm gonna throw the rest of this stuff in my car and then head over to my apartment, my new apartment. But it feels kind of weird moving to my new apartment because I put almost all my furniture in storage, and I'm just thinking about how I could have set it up and made my new apartment look, I guess, cute or like homey, but it doesn't really make sense for me to put all that furniture inside of my new apartment and then I'm just gonna leave soon. So it made more sense to put most of that stuff in storage. I still have a couple more things I want to put in storage, so I might do that today, depending on what time I get done here. And then after I put that stuff in storage, I'll show a little bit of what my apartment looks like, but I'm definitely not going to do an apartment tour like I did with this apartment, because my new apartment is not going to be meant for looking cute and looking nice. And this apartment, I wasn't planning on leaving this apartment this soon, but you know, when you're in the military, you never know. So that's why I set it up like completely. I love the way it turned out. It was exactly what I wanted it to look like. But with my new apartment, it's kind of no point to like even try to put that much effort into making it look nice. So all I'm gonna do is basically set my bed up in my room, which I wasn't even gonna do that. Like, I was just gonna sleep with my mattresses, but I'm like, that's high key ghetto. So I'm going to set up my bed. I have my couch in there, and that's about it. Like, I honestly don't have anything in my new apartment. Bed, couch, and all my clothes. So it's so bare bone. I almost thought to put my dining table in there because there's space for it, but I don't really use it that often unless somebody comes over. And oh my gosh, that looks so much better. Unless somebody comes over. But the only person who is gonna come to my new apartment anytime soon before I leave is my dad. So it wasn't really a point to leave it out. I'll just buy like those little tables, those individual tables that you can put in front of you in case you want to eat and stuff like that. I'm just going to get those and mount one of my TVs on the wall. The other one I'm probably going to just put in storage. And that's probably it. So don't expect an apartment tour from me, just because my apartment is just gonna be like bare bones. But I look so tired, clearly, because I didn't sleep. I mean, I slept like 2-3 hours, which felt like I just closed my eyes and opened them back up. But I'm just gonna finish cleaning here and go turn my keys and stuff in, and just see if they need me to do anything else. And then I'm gonna go to my new apartment and try to get things sorted, but I'm not gonna try too hard to get things sorted out because I have a bunch of homework since it's my last week of class that I need to get done. So my focus isn't on setting my apartment up in like 2 or 3 days. My focus is getting this homework done because all of it's due on Saturday and it is Thursday. And I basically lost a day because all I did was move all day yesterday. So, it's a lot going on, but I'm happy. I'm glad I can move into somewhere cheaper and just get on the right track for my financial goals. I encourage everybody else to do the same. Even if you have to lower your standards of living, it's worth it to get on track and not live paycheck to paycheck. So I will catch you all. I honestly don't know when, but I'll catch you when I can. So bye. I'm gonna go turn in my keys now and go to my new apartment. But I kind of complain about having a Jeep because I need to make a video about the pros and cons of having a Jeep that is 2017 or older, which most people have because, I mean, the new Jeep just came out. So there was like a wave of people, you know, getting Jeeps. So most people have like the older version, and I want to make a video about like the pros and cons of having a Jeep. But right now, one of the pros is like I can fit so much stuff in the back of this car. It's ridiculous. Like I made 2 trips with the U-Haul, and then now this is my 2nd trip with my Jeep. But for the most part, like I could have probably just made 1, but the reason why I didn't is because I was tired. So I probably could have packed all the stuff that I had left in my Jeep and just drove it back to my new apartment yesterday. But I was so tired from walking up and down the stairs, and I just did it again like at least 15-20 times, just trying to make sure I got everything out. But I'm gonna go to the front now and turn in all my keys for this apartment.
Yeah, I would never dare to tell. Got her some wedding bells. Is this real?